I'm Malcolm Van Delst, and this is an excerpt from Do the Wrong Thing, a book series or extra long novel that opens with a woman trying to kill herself. She says, "I don't know why I tried to do this," and by way of explanation, tells her life story. We're about 100 pages into book 3. Working title is Shiny Pretty Gothic. Last week in Shiny Pretty Gothic, mid-80s Ava startled her biographer by addressing her, and they discussed real-life Pokemon, politically correct language, and wormholes in memory and consciousness. This next chapter is called Black Lace Pantyhose. So I said to her, "Buy the black lace pantyhose. You can wear them to the wedding, you can wear them to the funeral." My coworker says this in a pronounced Jewish accent. The 5 women huddled around her desk with their square Tupperware containers open on their laps and thermoses on the floor beside their chairs agree. This is good advice. I'm completely out of my element. I think weddings are a prison sentence, and I don't do appropriate clothing, except here, where sometimes I wear a blazer. Willem has hired me on a grant. I'm assistant curator in the art gallery at the Rachel Dreyfuss Center, a Jewish art center in Borden, the English unhip area of Release. Well, we are the chosen people, another coworker says as the conversation moves on. I look up from my desk, but they're oblivious to the fact that I, a not chosen person, am here. I feel a stab, which is weird because these women, all at least 10 years older than me, are not people I'd ever hang out with, so why do I care? I don't even know what they do. Administration of some sort, I guess, like me. They don't work in the gallery, though. That's only Willem and I. There's a school at the Rachel Dreyfuss Center and a theater. It's a massive organization and complex. I regard my ham sandwich and the papers in front of me, logs of the artists in the show Willem and I are preparing to send overseas. Willem has personally chosen these paintings to represent Quebec in a Paris, France art show. If someone told me that my job was their job, I'd be impressed. Wait, no, we're in Borden, the English unhip area of Release. If someone told me that my job was their job, I would not be impressed. I wish Willem would come back and gaze at me the way he does, like a protective dad. Some of the works he's chosen are still on the gallery's walls and others packed into boxes at the back. I sift through photographs, wondering what makes a painting worthy of going to Paris to represent Quebec. I like or am slightly drawn to one painting, a horizontal slash of white paint against a murky charcoal background with a bit of blue in it, and a streak of reddish orange meeting the white slash at the left, creating a sort of corner. But other than that, I don't understand the works. I like their size, all at least 5 feet by 5, many larger. I like the way they smell, oil paint and linseed oil, and the fact that they're expensive, valuable. I love this building. The main area of the center, where we are, is 3 stories high with walls made of glass and thick, gleaming beams cutting through the space at diagonals. I feel the grit, spaciousness, and confidence of this building every time I enter. It's like church, but much better. After lunch, Willem returns, but goes straight to his office where he makes phone calls all afternoon. At 3 o'clock, the door to a room at the end of a long hallway opens. I can see this door from my desk. A cloud of perfume, a huge mix, I suppose, of the best perfumes available, wafts down the hallway and slowly enters the gallery. Roses, jasmines, santals, bergamots, ambers, vanillas, all make their way forward, then disappear. Seminar attendees follow a few minutes later in their designer clothes, high heels, perfect makeup, and hair. They turn left towards the cafeteria, chatting and waving their arms about, breaking up the perfume cloud. When the women leave, the odors linger, almost in stratums. You might think I wouldn't like these women, who for the most part are different than the ones I work with, but I do. They like art. They're animated and friendly. I will never be one of them because I'm not Jewish, but also because they seem like trapped exotic birds. I don't want to be a trapped exotic bird. The shop boy and his 2 friends stop talking when I step out of the change room. I turn in the mirror, inspecting the black lace bustier. Looks good, though the cup size is way too big. I can stuff it. How old are you? I look up sharply. Everyone in the store stops. Befuddled, I cover my breasts, even though they're not exposed. I stand up straight and answer defiantly, 23. Shop boy smiles. Okay, he shrugs. I just thought you were, he makes a movement with his index finger, like the one Wally used to make, as if he's drawing a line down the front of me. A bit young for that. The bustier becomes part of the collection of clothes I never wear. No lights. The whole apartment is lit by candles. From my seat at the edge of my bed / three-part mattress, I see the dark forms of people moving in the living room. I hear their voices in that strawberry alarm clock song about incense and peppermint. Edward, myself, and a few people I barely know have just shared a joint. I offer cigarettes to these new people, but mostly they have their own. Captain Beefheart fits right, I hear Rick laugh from the living room. Rick is always in charge of music because he has more records and tapes than anyone else. Tonight, he's playing food-based songs. He's going to start studying at culinary school. Edward begins to strum his guitar. I flip the end of my white feather boa over my shoulder. I pulled it down from the closet door. I think it's daring to wear it with my jeans and t-shirt. I love your boa, says a ghostly face in the dark. Thanks. You should see all the funky clothes I have. I jump up, forgetting about our plan not to use lights for a housewarming party, flip the switch in my room and begin pulling dresses and whatnot out of my closet, holding them up against my body. Ooh la la, says the ghost girl when I hug myself with the black lace bustier. Then I feel intensely embarrassed and just as quickly flip the light off and sit back down without the boa. Edward, who's been finger picking his guitar, strums and starts singing Bob Marley's Redemption Song. I grab my beer and take a swig. Ugh! But the mess is down my throat before I can stop. I reach for the second bottle and hold up in the candlelight. Beer only, yep. I use it to rinse out my mouth and swallow, looking around to see if anyone has noticed. They all seem lost in their own worlds. I grab the bottle beside it, the one I drank from first. Yeah, cigarette butts floating in an inch of beer. My stomach rolls. I don't want anyone to know I drank cigarette butts. They'll laugh. My stomach rolls again. The bile starts in my throat and I jump up and run for the bathroom. A few months later, do you want to move to the writing department? Willem asks at work. No, but I say yes. The writing department includes the center's administration, PR, marketing, sales, and accounting departments. I don't know why Willem calls it writing department. Maybe he's trying to make me feel at home, trying to give me direction or a sense that I can do something other than take off my clothes for art. And since I've dropped out of art school, he's falling back to my English degree. Since the Paris art show is all organized and the paintings are on their way, he doesn't have anything for me to do in the gallery, but there's still grant money left. Or maybe writing department is what Susan, who'll be my new boss, calls it. She's published books and is president of the Canadian Writers Union. If an artist built a life-size replica of a dull, yellow, low-ceilinged, sticky carpeted and personality-less office, then plunked it down in the middle of a grand, soaring modern church, you'd have the Rachel Dreyfuss Center's writing department.